Hello, hi, I am alive and very well. If you are new here, my name is Rachel and I talk about beauty, fashion, and lifestyle things on my channel. We're in a year of prosperity. After an autism diagnosis, I'm just trying to kind of rebuild my life in a way that best serves me, and it has been a while since I've graced your screen. And we're gonna just kind of get ready together today and talk about all the things. I have so much to share with you. I want to give my kind of February, March, maybe this will even go into April kind of update like we did for January. So if you're interested and you're new here and you haven't caught up yet, I have a playlist for your prosperity, and I have a ton of Get Ready With Me's as well. If this is the kind of content you're into, there's a playlist for that. I'll link both of those playlists down below. But without further rambling, because this is going to be a rambly one, just letting you know, it might be time to go get your afternoon snack, your coffee, whichever it is, and just relax with me, because I can't wait to catch up with you. I have already done skin prep, but it's been a couple of hours, and I just want to re-up my sunscreen, so I'm going to be using my Lip Tinted. And while I get that started, I hope you've been well. Oh my goodness, it's been a month since I filmed and I miss it so much. I miss filming, I miss editing, I miss commenting back and forth with you, and thank you to all of those who kind of keep up with me on Instagram. If not, I'll put my handle on the screen. Same as my channel, just Rachel Ellen Rose. A lot of memes happening over there, a lot of like reading progress, which is going to be something we're going to touch on in this video. I have really exciting news. So I have exciting news. I also kind of want to talk about where I've been and how that impacts my channel. And then I also want to talk about some of the new things that I've acquired, because in the year of prosperity, I am on a no/low buy, and I have acquired some things the last couple of months. Some of them were on my list from my initial kickoff video, things I knew I would be purchasing this year. Some of them were surprises, and some of them were prizes from Declutter Bingo. Again, if you haven't caught up to speed, all those videos will be linked down below. But I think today I want to use some of those newly acquired things, maybe kind of a mixture, because I've acquired some things, y'all. So let's start there. So I did get a little bit of PR recently. So the first bit of PR I got was the delicious balms, the tinted lip balms from Ferdinand. They so graciously sent me the 3 of these, so I think I am actually going to wear one today. But I have the Photo Shoot Red, the Feministe shade, and then the Lucky Cat shade. So I have all 3 of those. And what I kind of alluded to earlier, if there's any of these products that I'm about to show you that you want kind of like a full review on, swatch, wear test, all that kind of stuff, let me know down below so I can prioritize which ones, as I have limited time to film, which we'll get into after this acquired products recap. I also got I paid for these with my own money, the new Phytosurgence collection. Gosh, so this is the one makeup release that I knew was going to happen coming into the year, and that I knew that I would allow myself to purchase. So I do have all the shades. I bought the 5 here in my hands with my own money, but I was so graciously sent Mellow Micellar, and I had been wearing that prior to the launch. So I've been playing with the formulas and the colors. I definitely would like to do a swatch video, because it's such a beautiful collection, and the way that the colors react to a lot of undertones has been so interesting to watch online, and I would love to kind of share how they react with my skin tone and talk about kind of some of the patterns that I'm seeing with how the colors are reacting. But it's beautiful. The collection was meant to give us all the different nuanced shades of like a bronze eye look, but with maybe a little bit of green here, a little bit of gold there, a little bit of rose gold in some of them. So I do want to talk about those, and I'm so happy to have those. And then I think I haven't talked about them, because we'll just get into kind of like, those are the things that I acquired outside of Declutter Bingo and known purchases that I would make. So I'm going to start applying my foundation, which is going to be the NARS today. and I'll talk about kind of how February and March went, because I had all the intentions of them going a different way, and that's just not what happened. So I think we caught up after my work trip and after I caught the Rona. We kind of caught up after that because I did kind of that Monday morning routine video, and also the olive skin video, which I'm gonna just pause and say I so much appreciate everybody who watched the olive skin video, all of the people who gave feedback and their perspective in the comments. I think it was like a really productive conversation, which is what I'm always aiming to have on my channel. I'm never going to be someone who tells you it is this way and there are no other possibilities. I'm always going to try to keep the conversation open. I'm always open to learning from different perspectives, and I love to see that the audience is there for that, and there was a lot of respect held, so thank you so much for those of you who participated. That just reinforces that we have built a really great community on my channel, and for that I'm always going to be grateful. It has helped me tremendously just enjoy life, you know what I mean? Knowing that there are such good people out there. But that said, after the Rona came and went, it seemed like things were getting back on track, and they did. I got those videos up. We were kind of like, I made a whole list of what I'm getting ready to plan that I posted in the community tab, because I'm getting a little more active over there on the community tab in the YouTube world of it all, just to like give updates, stay kind of, give me another outlet that doesn't require as heavy of a lift of filming and editing, to just stay in communication with you, because I enjoy communicating with you, hence why I post videos to the internet. But after that, I kind of hit my stride, and then lo and behold, a couple of weeks ago, there was a lot of the rain and everything, and my family still lives on the river where I grew up, and flooding is a real concern. Like, they're in the flood zone. Growing up, we had a couple of floods that were like pretty devastating, actually. We were all okay. The house ended up being okay, but just like the devastation and the crisis of like moving all the things, cleaning all the things, making sure everybody stays safe during and after, it's a lot. And hold that thought. And there was even some flooding in Pittsburgh, which is so crazy. Like, some of our major highways, parts of them were like underwater, which is wild to me. But also, it's funny talking to people about this, because I think immediately everyone is like so kind-hearted and like, oh my gosh, I hope everything's okay. But to someone who grew up on the river, like, this is a very like not common thing, because in the time that my parents have lived there, like, gosh, 30 years or so, it's really only happened a handful of times. But I think we just always know that it's a possibility, and there's like a playbook in place, if that makes sense. So in the town itself is kind of like endured worse, and everyone has like the playbook and knows what they need to do, and it's a great kind of smaller community, so everybody's kind of willing to lend a helping hand, and that's much appreciated. So everything turned out fine. Everybody's good, healthy. The house is fine, but it did require like a full day of very physical activity that me and my husband don't see on a regular basis, because we are office workers working from home. So it just took us a little bit to kind of recover from that. And I'll insert here, like, if you had flooding in your area, I hope that you are safe, healthy, and happy. And dang, doing that required my time, recovering from that required my time. And then I think I was hitting such a good stride in February right before Rona. Like, I completed a bunch of my declutter bingo, and I got some bingo prizes for that. I think I talked about some of them. The Ole He rickson lip balms, I got the new flavors. This is the old one, but I love this product so much. If you want like a full review of these, I have all of the scents now. So I won that in declutter bingo. And then I can't say enough for like the friends that I have in my life. Like, my best friend body doubled with me on FaceTime to help me get some of the decluttering done, and then my husband helped me with some of it in the kitchen. So it was really exciting to kind of, one, win prizes in a no-buy year, but also it feels good to get some of that done and to open up some of my kitchen cabinets, and they've remained peaceful and organized is so nice. But yeah, it kind of sucks that that momentum kind of stumbled, but that momentum also stumbled because I'm making a lot of progress in therapy right now, and we touched on that at the end of the January check-in, and I got quite emotional. It was because I felt like I hadn't seen progress for myself physically and mentally in a long time, and I was just starting to see it. And even though I've had some of these setbacks, like the flooding and the Rona of it all, I've been able to keep some of that momentum up. And the thing that I want to touch on here is, like, I would love nothing more than more time to dedicate to YouTube, but the momentum that I'm getting in my life requires me to kind of catch up on just the decluttering and the order of my life. And then on top of that, I mentioned that I had some stuff going on at work with just like year-end wrap-up. That's always going to be so hectic. I'm actually gonna prep my lips with a little bit of this. And even more has been going on. I thought at the end of March, you know, I would be in the clear with that. The flooding kind of impacted that timeline, but then also I'm getting ready to make kind of a move at work, too, actually. So I'm really excited to share this with you guys because you've been along for this kind of autism diagnosis journey. That I took a position on a board for an employee resource group for the disability chapter, to help out with professional development, just making things more inclusive, making sure that we have resources to help those with disability, and we're uplifting those voices. So that means a lot to me, and I can't wait to get that fulfillment out of my day. But along with that, I'm actually shifting my role at work. Not to that. That's just kind of like a volunteer thing that I'm doing, but I'm shifting my role. So I don't know what that is going to make the next couple of months look like. And that's why I'm telling you now is it very likely will impact my ability to carve out time for YouTube. I'm still working on getting my day-to-day routine back down pat, and it's coming, and I'm very happy and I feel happy about it, but we will see what happens. Bear with me. I think for now we're just going to say a new video every week is my goal, and I have another surprise that we'll get into here in a minute. But now that I have my base done, I powdered with the Westman Atelier powder. We're really working on the pan. The pan has grown. Look at that. So excited. What else have I acquired? So off the top of my head, I did acquire 2 types of clothing things for the month of, one was in February and one was in March, which was, I found the perfect underwear. I'll insert a picture here. The company's name is hysterical and amazing. It's called Huha. They focus on like providing a healthy environment for the hoo-ha, you know? Cotton, breathable, soft, stretchy, and there's also, I think it's zinc in the fabric. If you have an allergy, beware of that, but it just helps with keeping bacteria at bay. You know what I mean? So comfortable, so breathable. I love them so much. I'm so happy I made that decision. I would like to get more, but I have enough to sustain me right now. I also, in that, got a pair of like the long boxers to sleep in, and that's all I want to sleep in this summer. This summer. But yeah, I got those, and then I got some book shirts. So I'm wearing Basgiath, however you want to say it, from Fourth Wing, that I just finished both of those books. We'll get into that. But I got some oversized t-shirts. Do I have shirts in my collection? Yes, but I justified this as like I needed more spoons in my day, and I also needed some sensory friendly stuff. I've just come to the conclusion that on the days that I don't have as much energy, or I'm literally just sitting in front of the computer all day, I like big oversized shirts. So if you want to see the ones I picked up and the sizing, I will definitely do a video on that. But the company is Rebel and Fleur. It is the best quality of oversized shirts that fit someone like me who is like a 12, 14, sometimes a 16. incredible. And they do merch in such a like non-obvious way. Like it's kind of in a way that like you only know if you know and you've read the book, which that's my favorite kind of merch. I don't like super apparent or explicit merch. Also, for a bingo reward to myself, I got some rings that are also bookish merch. We can do a deep dive of those, but I love them so much. And that is everything that I also got my office chair, but that will be in the office reveal video. So there's the things I bought. We talked about the PR. We talked about Ole He and my bingo awards to myself. The thing that we're going to dive into now is the Sephora sale. So I partook in the Sephora sale, and with a gift card that I had from my mother-in-law, I picked up some things that weren't replacements, and I also picked up replacements of shampoo. Yeah, just shampoo. So what I picked up with my gift card that I'm going to be using today is the new Makeup by Mario Master Mattes, the Neutrals. I was very excited about this because the Ethereal Eyes palette is one of the only like neutral nude palettes that on my yellow-green undertone actually pulls neutral and actually complements my undertone and doesn't pull yellow, brown, or not brown, yellow or orange. So I was really interested in this, and I've been very happy with it. I have used it. I really love it. I'm really putting some damage on this beautiful kind of mid-tone shade there. So I'm going to use that today. And then I want to try for the first time, I've swatched but I haven't applied, the Kaja Jelly Charm Lip and Blush Glazed Keychain Stain. I did not put the keychain thing on because I don't need that. I'm planning on trying this on my cheeks, and I got the shade Fig Soda, which I think is going to be really nice on my cheeks. It might pull pinky, but we're going to try it out today. And then I originally picked up the Kaja new eyeshadow sticks in the icy shade because I was like, perfect, it's going to be the perfect inner corner. It was like gold. It's not as light as the swatches say, so it was not what I was looking for because I like to really highlight the inner corner here with shadow. It's one of my favorite makeup looks to do, even if that's the only eyeshadow I put on. So instead I went for the Rare Beauty highlighter in Enlighten, and I think it's going to be perfect. I've swatched it on my hand, and I have applied on the inner corner, but not with a full face of makeup, so I'm really excited to see what this brings, especially because this is all matte. I think we can get a really pretty kind of basic daily look with this. That said, those are all the things I purchased. I really haven't done a lot of damage in like 2.5 months, and I'm very proud of myself sticking to this kind of no-low buy, and I've been really intentional with my replacements. I'm going to start the look with just sweeping the lightest matte all over my eyes, and again, if you want to see like kind of a full review, swatches, comparisons, that type of thing with any of these products in particular, let me know. And I'll just kind of prioritize those based on how many comments they get down below, so let me know, let me know. Also, I just like verbally threw up all the things that I've been into, so let me know what you've been into the last 2 months and how you've been and all of that. I hope it's been good. I'm going to use this second from this side and second down. This nice, it's like a rosy brown. It's really nice. It's like my perfect crease shade. It's like perfectly neutral. And I knew I could count on that to be the case with this palette. And I'm just going to run that through my crease. And while we do that, let's get deep. We're going to get deep. We covered all of the like, yeah, what did you buy? Where have you been type of thing. But like getting deep for a minute, I definitely have seen so much progress, and I've been really building out the coping skills. And I have seen the request to kind of dive into my energy menus because I think those were pivotal for me to create, to find better coping skills than like social media and online shopping and this, that, and the other. And that doesn't mean that I don't do those things, but I'm not relying on them as a coping skill. And before we go any further, I'm going to do my eyebrows. I busted out this replacement that I've had for a while, the Kosas Brow Pop, and I haven't had my eyebrows or eyelashes done since February, so I kind of just want to revisit what this brow pencil is like, because this was like, it was like my #1 pick. We'll go with that. So much so that I have a backup, so I just want to revisit it and also use it up. And as I recall, this one is much easier and quicker to use up than that Benefit that just keeps living on for whatever reason. But yeah, getting to the deep stuff, the coping skills, like if you're on a no buy or a low buy, doing an exercise like the low energy menu or a dopamine menu if you have ADHD, if you're familiar with that, those tools are super helpful. So I do want to film a video about them to kind of give you all the options that exist and go into further detail why they're helpful. But doing them for me was a really big game changer because I've really built some strong coping skills, and one of them is reading. And the reason I want to talk to you about that is, I like that. I get it now. I get why I loved this now. Oh boy. Okay, I'm going to be using this up. So reading, especially if you can't tell by like the bookish merch that I am repping, has become like a really big coping mechanism for me, and I've always been an avid reader, so I'm not surprised by that. I'm just happy that I found books that satiate that for me right now. I'm going to use the Enlighten and do the inner corner, and then we'll decide if we want to go smoky or not today. Everybody cross your fingers that this is what I'm looking for, because that'd be a big inner corner highlight to always have on hand. But that said, I'm very excited to kind of announce it here in this video that I'm going to start a book channel. So I've seen a lot of you, when I bring up books that I've read, say like, we would love to see more book content. And listen, even if it was only one of you that commented that, that's all I need, right? Because that's how much I've kind of fallen back in love with reading, especially with the books that are being published currently. Yeah, look at that. That's the brightness I'm looking for. I'm going to go in and just redo my crease, just blend where that edge meets. But I love it so much, and I'm not going to go into too much detail here because I've created a channel. Did I say that? I'm so excited. Did I say that? Because it's here. I'll put it here. And I'm playing off of my channel name, and it just came to me, and it's Rachel Ellen Reads instead of Rose. So we're doing it, and I'm hoping that the first video of that is going to go up very shortly after this one. So go over there and subscribe, please. I can't wait to like have an outlet to talk about what I'm reading, because oh my gosh, some of these books I've been dying to talk to people about, and I can't wait to do it. And also, I've already gotten such good recommendations on this channel, and I can't wait to continue to get recommendations over there. And maybe one day in the future, we can build like a book club-ish thing around that, because they're coming out with new apps and things that allow that to happen a little more easy, or we can just do it with YouTube videos, you know. But oh, I'm so excited for the possibilities, and I can share like all the things I'm thinking and reading and how I'm applying them, and it just kind of separates it enough so that like if you're here for makeup, we're gonna still talk about makeup. We're still gonna talk about fashion. I just need an outlet for reading right now, because that's really becoming a massive hobby, especially for someone who struggles with chronic illness and mental health struggles. It's just such a good coping mechanism that allows me to live in my head in a more productive way than some of the ways I was doing previously. So again, I am very, very excited about that. I'm just taking the deepest brown, so these are more kind of gray-black, taking the deepest brown and lining them, and then flicking it out a little bit, and then I'll just touch up the crease one more time to kind of blend that outer third. Just keeping it low-key today, nothing too crazy. I'm gonna apply the e.l.f. lash extender in the, I think this is brown. I still love this mascara. All right, what do we think about the eye? It's just like a nice natural eye and soft, a soft glam, if you will. Before we get into the blush of it all, let's do the blush first so you can see the color, and then I'll do the bronzer. I think I'm gonna go in on my hand first and use a brush just because I haven't directly applied this. I don't know if we're making a mistake here. I'm gonna use my Rare Beauty kind of stipple blush brush and pick some of that up and just dab. This is gonna be kind of like a, it looks more berry, like a berry rose almost. And I think it's gonna complement my skin well. Oh yeah. It blends really nice. The color is nice. It's a little sticky to the touch. We'll see if it dries down. I'm gonna try this side with putting it directly on there. Could be a mistake. We shall see. Oh no, not a mistake at all. That's really cute and pretty. Definitely super glowy. Yeah, I like that. Does it smell? Some of the Kaja products are scented. I think it has a scent, but it's not strong at all, and I don't really smell it. I will say I tried a couple other products that went back. The eyeshadow stick was one. I wish I would have taken a picture of the swatch. I cannot get over how much darker that is in person. But then I got a lip oil, the grape one, and that went back because there was no scent. Anyway. Like, I'm fine that it doesn't have scent, but to name it grape, I was like so excited, and then it was like, just kidding. But I was interested in this because I'm definitely getting into lip stains. I've been wearing the Sashu a lot more, which I need to wear in another video because when I applied this on camera it was like a hot mess. If you know, you know. But today what I would like to do, and what we are going to do, is use the Fit Glow Lip Liner in Nude. Alright, camera overheated a bit. We got blush on. I lined my lips, and I will show you Lucky Cat from the lip balms. We can do a swatch video of all three if you want, but to give you a quick rundown, I really like these. Like, really like these, and I didn't think I would at first. What's so nice about these is that they're quite waxy, and that's why I didn't think I'd like them at first. They feel very much so like a traditional lip balm, and as you'll see in the tube, this looks pretty purple, pretty gray and purple. On the lips, it's beautiful. And you can certainly build it up, but because it's so waxy, there's no chance of this migrating around, which I love so much, but it's still moisturizing, and that wax really helps kind of like seal in moisture. I really love these so much. It's a little sensitive. I just went really hard on it, so I'm just kind of tipping it back in, but the Lucky Cat is a beautiful purpley berry. So if you see it right there, you can build it up a little bit more than that, but do not let these scare you in the tube. Mine is a little unstable because it's hot in my office right now. We gotta get that under control this summer, but it's such a beautiful shade, and it's really complimentary, especially if you have that yellow-green undertone and your lips look better in neutral to slightly cool-leaning colors. Super, super pretty. I love it. I've been wearing the Lucky Cat shade a lot, and the Lucky Cat shade is also the Asian pear scent, which I love it so much. Why have I not had Asian pear scented lip products before? The other two is Photoshoot Red, which is in the Black Cherry scent, which I'll show you here. Definitely more red, but still like a beautiful, nice neutral. You know I love wearing shades that are kind of like an easy red, meaning you don't have to worry about getting precise with lines, and it gives you kind of that red lip effect without it being messy. And I don't love, I just realized the fan was on. I hope that you could bear with me through that. I don't love the Black Cherry scent. It goes a little cough syrupy to me. The Asian pear by far is the standout. And then the watermelon is like a Claire's watermelon to me, which is so funny, but it's like a cooler pink. So Lucky Cat Feministe is this kind of bright pink shade, and then Photo Shoot Red. I love these, and it's so different from the tube, so don't let the bullet scare you. They're very sheer, and I really love the formula. So very happy they sent those to me and I got to try them out. All right, but what I want to try today is, since we use this on the lips, I want to try this Kaja on my, since we use them on the cheeks, I want to use it on the lips just to kind of get a super good feel of the formula, and if this is going to be what I want it to be, which is like a stain for both the lips and the cheeks. Kind of like a one product for travel or to throw in your bag that you can touch up. On the lips, it looks really pretty and I love it. It is comfortable. It has a really interesting feel that I'm curious. I hope that it will dry down a little bit. Feels like it will. It's still pretty sticky on the cheeks. It almost has like a cushion gel feel to it, but it's still thin. It's almost like if the Fit Glow or like the Ole He kind of more cushy jelly lip balm type products mixed with a liquid lip is what I would describe the feeling as. It's really comfortable, but you definitely feel that you have something on the lips. Like even just talking now, I can kind of like feel the layer, you know? It's not getting on my teeth, so I appreciate that. But yeah, I'll do kind of a full recap at the end. I still need to apply some bronzer because I'm looking like I just came out of winter, which we all did, so that makes sense. But I'm gonna use the Phytosurgence Rosy Daybreak 2 with the Phytosurgence Soft Quill brush, per usual. And all right, so that is the finished look. Quite happy with it. Pretty kind of easy, everyday soft glam type thing. I just have a couple meetings and then some personal things to tend to. However, I do want to sit down and kind of recap products we'll do right now, and then I want to get into some kind of closing thoughts because I kind of word vomited everything out at the same time. So as far as new products go, the Makeup by Mario Matte's Neutral Palette, I keep grabbing the wrong one. It's a little bit smaller, like skinnier, but longer than the Ethereal Eyes. I really love this palette, and I definitely would love to do a swatch comparison with Ethereal Eyes and a couple other neutrals that I have, because this really does the job for me, and I love the formula of the Makeup by Mario Mattes. I'm so happy to have this. I think it is a true neutral. It's got neutrals that lean gray, that lean a little bit rosy, but they're still true neutrals. So I'm really, really happy to have this in my kit. That first shade is as brightening as I would need it to be with someone with very fair skin, and it still goes the depth so that I can smoke things out. So this feels like the perfect size in all of the mattes that I would need for kind of a neutral look. So I think I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this, and I think it was a gift card well spent. Super, super happy with that. The Rare Beauty highlighter, I never intended to wear this on my face. I'm not a huge like face highlighter person. I kind of rely on my products to give me like a dewy finish rather than like a highlight. But as far as the inner corner goes, if you are very fair and you have trouble finding good kind of neutral inner corner highlights, this one's perfect, and it's a huge pan when being used that way. So I'm very, very happy that this hit the mark. I love it. Then the Finding Ferdinand lip balms, I kind of mentioned how I feel about these, but really like these. I would probably steer clear of watermelon and black cherry if I were to ever purchase these lip balms myself. Just personal preference. I think that they're very nostalgic scents, but they lean a little bit too artificial and reminiscent of kid products to me. However, the Asian pear is absolutely delightful, and I have never smelled anything like it. So that one knocks it out of the park, and it just so happens to be my favorite, kind of more of an everyday color for me. So I really love that, and the formula I am very surprisingly over the moon about, and have worn them quite a bit. The Phytosurgence, I'll speak to the formula. This formula is going to be very similar to their eyeshadow launches in the past. However, it's kind of a hybrid of those original shades in like the weathered wood shades where it was more about the shimmer, and then a mixture with a little bit of glitter in there. The colors are going to be where it's going to make a decision on if you need just one, if you want to try a couple, or if all of them will look different on you. I fully plan on doing a full video dedicated to those, so I'm very excited. We'll get into all of that, but in the meantime, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram or leave a comment down below if you have questions, and if you have specific comparisons that you want me to do. I have the majority of the previous Phytosurgence eyeshadows, so I will be comparing them against that, but if there's anything else on your radar, I will let you know if I have that and can provide that comparison just to show you how unique some of these colors are from things that you might have, and then how they stack up against each other. I think that's going to be key, because I do think there are certain undertones out there where some of these tend to look more similar than other people, but when it comes to the whole spectrum of skin tones and depths, I think that these each have strengths for certain people. So let me know what comparisons you want to see down below. And I think as far as new stuff, oh, the Kaja. I really like this. I think it's going to suffice for what I was looking for. Comfortable, but not the most comfortable on my lips, because I do tend to like things that either feel like a really thick gel or nothing at all, and the in-between area is not normally my preference, but it is super comfortable and I like the color. I think it's very flattering, and I will continue to wear it these ways. And for travel, it's like lips and cheeks done in this little package. However, it has remained a little sticky, so I don't know. More to come on that. I don't have thoughts fully around that. But that said, those are the new products that I have. I do want to get into some kind of final thoughts before we part ways. So I took a couple of notes, because as we go through the year of prosperity, I fully intend to continue kind of monthly check-ins. This one got a little disruptive, so we did a get ready with me and we caught up on a lot of things in the beginning. And I have just found that taking a beat and doing a monthly check-in has been so good for me, not only just from like a consumerism standpoint and being mindful of like what I'm bringing into my life, especially in the makeup and fashion categories, but also just like, you know, celebrating the victories. And I highly encourage you to do the same, even if it's just in your notes app and you just write down kind of the highlights of your month. Definitely getting back into journaling, and like that's another coping skill that has been indescribably important to me throughout this whole process. But we kind of covered that decluttering was underway, and what I'm trying to say now is like I'm learning that pausing and taking that moment to recap the month has been really good for me, to see how far that I've come, and also gives me time to sit with what I'm craving so that I go into the next month with an idea of what it is that I'm going to do. The one Amazon purchase of the month has been so good and has really limited those knee-jerk reaction spending things. And I have a whole like decision tree and chart that I use to understand if a purchase is going to be worth it, which is another kind of document type thing we can do. But the first one I'll do is the coping skills and the low energy menu that I have. But also I just want to thank you for coming along this ride with me, because I wrote down here, like I was having a conversation with my best friend, and this autism diagnosis, I can't stress enough, really kind of turned my world on its head. And it's kind of like everything you thought you knew is not, I don't want to say correct, but everything you thought you knew about yourself was being seen through a different lens, and the lens that you need to see it through kind of opens up a lot of different discussions and things that I'm working through. And life goes on, right? So I'm busy with work, I'm busy with family things. So I appreciate you coming along on this journey with me, and I know that it's been slightly inconsistent, but I think moving forward, what I've come to realize is I'm very excited to start a BOOKTUBE channel, and that is going to impact this channel in some ways, and I'm operating both of those channels under the decision that I'm not going to have a schedule. Having a strict upload schedule is really killing the vibe for me, you know what I mean? And it doesn't allow for things like this to happen, and I don't want to have to make videos like this where I'm giving you an update and and trying to change the schedule and this, that, and the other. Like, we're just gonna try to shoot for a video a week. I don't know what day it's going to be on. It will always be hopefully at noon for whatever day that is, and I want to be able to split time between the two channels appropriately. So this channel is my priority, but I gotta tell you, I'm pretty excited about the book stuff, you know? So we'll see what that journey unveils. And I'm laughing to myself because coming into your prosperity and saying 3 videos a week, one of you even said, a couple of you I think said, like, that's a lot for real. And it is, and I used to be able to operate that way, and I can't. And I thank you for holding that space for me, because I'm gonna upload as much as I can. And I think taking the pressure of a schedule off of it is gonna allow me to let those creative juices flow more. And we'll see what this kind of work transition brings. But I am very hopeful that I will be able to dedicate the right amount of time to both of these channels. And I really hope you'll join me on the book side of things. We have a lot of fun stuff to talk about. I'm like chomping at the bits. So I hope to see you over there, but I will also see you very soon. The next video that I'm planning for my current channel that you're on, my makeup channel, the OG channel, if you will, is empty. So we're gonna catch up on kind of like a Q1 empties. I've got a lot of stuff to talk about. I really kind of limiting the intake of products, we're definitely reaping the benefits of, and I got through quite a bit. So I'm excited to dive into that. And I hope, again, that you're doing so well. It's so nice to see you again. So nice. I can't wait to meet you in the comments. So let me know what you've been up to. Let me know what products you want to see first, kind of more in depth. And I hope you're taking care of yourself. And thank you for continuing to be a part of my channel. I love this space, and I appreciate every single one of you so much. So it was all over the place, per usual, and yeah, I can't wait to talk to you, and I will see you very soon. Bye.